Welcome back. I am Jillian Bell. We're going to do a 3-week series on crow pose. So starting from very beginner to a little bit more advanced with a lot of variations and progressions in between. For practice, you're going to need a block and potentially a pillow for your face in case you fall. So I'll start by showing you what crow actually is. Bringing your feet together, hands plant down, the knees come into the armpits, and distribute your body weight forward. Float your feet up. That's what we're gonna work on. Let's start on hands and knees in a tabletop position. Really important that we begin with Hasta Bandha in our hands. So that's spreading your fingers as wide as you possibly can and pressing into the index finger and thumb mound the most. Turning almost the fingertips white, like you're trying to claw the mat and placing less pressure in your wrists. So after you find that, start to rock forward and backward. Just warming up the wrists. And then we'll go side to side. As you're rocking side to side, start to rotate your hands outwards until your fingertips point directly towards your knees. And then walk them a little closer towards the knees. Make sure you start with your hands, again, still shoulder distance apart. Spread fingers wide, bend into your elbows. It's really easy to hyperextend here. And then we'll rock back and forth. So you'll see I'm starting with lifting my wrists up, just finding the motion. And then I'm gonna try to keep my wrists a little bit more down. Again, make sure you're not locking out through the elbows. So this is really good for your mobility as well. We'll take a break, roll out the wrists, and then tops of the hands come down, palms up. Try to make fists with your hands. You'll notice you can't curl your fingers all the way in, and that's quite common. Again, this is just really good for your mobility in your fingers and your hands. All right, coming back onto your forearms now. We'll bring the knees back until we find a forearm plank. So this is just to create some heat in your body, warming up your core, warming up your shoulders. Toes can be tucked underneath. We'll start by holding this for a few breaths. Make sure your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders and your neck is in line with your spine. Adding on if you want, we're gonna slowly dip the hips down, keep activation into your core. And then as you exhale, round through your back like a cat. Inhale, hips dip down. Exhale to round. And this actually should be a little bit difficult. I'm shaking quite a lot. Good, when you come back to neutral, if you feel ready, you can lift your knees up right into forearm plank. Holding this here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down into child's pose. Arms can come down by your sides, rest your forehead on the earth. So now we're gonna do some hand push-ups, or finger push-ups, I like to call them. So the only thing that's changing is your pinky finger and your thumb spreading wide as your palms drop down. And then lifting back up. So when you start with this in tabletop, it actually feels pretty easy, but don't let that fool you. As you progress into a kneeling plank, so knees drop back, you have to lift your palms up and down. The third progression, we won't do this in the first video, is to do it from full plank. So again, just developing that finger strength. Good, from here, with your knees down, screw the wrists in, bringing the eyes of the elbows straight forward, broaden through your shoulders, lengthen spine, breathe in. Exhale, come halfway down into chaturanga. Press back up. We'll do that again. Now, if you wanna work on your rhomboid strength, bring your chest all the way down and then come all the way back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. Press up and then sit back. So in your tabletop position, we'll start by bringing the knee up to the elbow, switching sides, kind of like a little baby crunch through the obliques. And then if you can, try to get it right up into your armpit. So this is just you working on getting your body nice and tiny. Again, firing up the crow, or the core, and working on feeling the weight distribution into your fingertips and your hands. From there, we'll take that into kneeling plank. Same thing, knee to elbow, working on making it more difficult, trying that a few times on each side. Good. Then bring your knees really close without your toes tucked. Spread your fingers wide and think about pressing into your toenails, lifting your knees up as high as you can. Come back down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Try to bring your hands a little bit closer and repeat. So again, you're just working on getting really tiny here, warming up the shoulders, warming up the core. From here, coming into yogi squat, you can place the block out in front of you, maybe at the higher stance. Knees and feet come wide, toes turn out. We'll stay here, taking a few breaths. And then when you feel ready, squeeze your knees into your triceps really hard, but you don't want to let your knees collapse your arms in, so your arms are going to push back with as much force. Then you'll start to lean forward, and all crow is distributing the balance, manipulating the body weight. When you're ready, maybe lifting one foot up, and you have that block there for safety, maybe the other foot, then maybe both feet. Now try not to rest your forehead on the block. It's really just there as a fail-safe. For me, I don't like it. When we find this balance, especially with our feet wide, you want to be able to tip your head forward. So with the knees wide, feet wide, your head's going to come a lot closer or start a lot closer to the ground, and it's a little less scary. So that is day one, or week one, I should say, of your crow progressions. Do this as many times as you can until it feels easy before you move on to video number 2. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you liked this series and what you'd like to see next in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Jillian Bell and tag me in your story of you working on your crow and your progressions. I will see you in video 2.